had that quarterback. They had the GOAT, Tom Brady. Well, now they all know the GOAT is now in Tampa. So to me, they're all stepping back and saying, well, gee, do we have a legitimate Super Bowl shot? Well, I think even you would say, no, you don't have a legitimate Super Bowl shot. So it's not like, gee, we're going to leave a fourth ring on the table, or in Bolden's case, a third ring. No, they're not thinking about that because it's unrealistic that they're going to go win a ring, even though Cam could, I don't know, he could be the comeback player of the year, but they're still not thinking of the continuity of having Brady back for a 21st year would have brought at least the hope, yeah, we can compete for a Super Bowl. And that brings me to issue number 6. And this one, I believe, I could be wrong about this, but I'm going to sell this one pretty hard. I believe that all 4 of those guys said, gee, given all the other issues, especially the COVID issue, do we really want to have to put up with Bill Belichick without Tom Brady? No, seriously, because he's difficult to play for.
Yes.
Even you would agree.
Oh, yeah, there's no question, yeah.
Okay, and they had the ultimate buffer in the locker room. They had a Tom Brady who knew how to sort of deal with Bill Belichick.
Right.
No coach can inflict more verbal abuse than Bill Belichick will.
Yeah.
Greg Popovich, obviously, in the NBA, is in that ballpark. But nobody is like Belichick, who is even verbally abusive of Tom Brady.
And they study each other. The Patriots study the Spurs.
Yeah, they do. No, there you go.
Nick Saban, Coach Saban in Alabama.
Okay. So you have to put up, I believe that Shannon Sharp, if he had played with Brady for the Patriots, you would have had to bite your tongue a number of times.
Yes.
Where you'd be saying, and again, if he shamed you as a man, if he used abusive language, which I think he is prone to use occasionally, I think you'd have to bite through your tongue not to spit back at him. And maybe you would have spat back at him, and maybe Tom would have intervened and said, Shay, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just the way the guy is.
Skip, let's take what we know about this disease. There is no denying that the African-American community and the Hispanic community are at a high risk. If you talk about the guys that opted out, they're African-Americans. And so they're saying this disease disproportionately, for whatever reason the case may be, and we know what it is because there are a lot of predisposed people in the communities. So they run the higher risk of hypertension, high blood pressure, kidney ailment.
You more pre-existing?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, they have. So they're predisposed. So
pre-existing conditions, yes.
So if they get this, they're more likely to have adverse effects than they say our Caucasian counterpart. And if you look at a lot of the people that's opting out, Skip, that's what's happening. You look at Marquise Goodwin. Marquise Goodwin says, Marquise Goodwin, who traded from the 49ers to the Eagles, says, I can't do heartbreak anymore right now. His wife had 3 miscarriages. They were able to have a child recently. He says, I can't do it right now.
Legit
So,
reason.
Skip, for me, I don't believe there's any other reasons other than guys are really looking down at themselves, sitting down and having very tough conversation with their significant other and their family and saying, is this worth it?
Okay, I got it. I'm with you on all the above. But they're all sitting back, these veterans, saying, wait a second, we lost Kyle Van Noy and we lost Jamie Collins. And then, wait a second, we lost to Landon Roberts and Danny Shelton. And we didn't really replace any of them with any legit proven star power, right? So they're looking at their chances next year, even on the defensive side, as not great.
Skip, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't believe that even entered Dante Hightower or Patrick Chung, Marcus Cannon.
But I'm saying that closes the deal in your head of, gee, do I want to go out there and fight for what? Are we even going to be able to make the playoffs?
Marcus Cannon is in the highest risk.
Okay, I got it.
So for him, it was a no-brainer.
Okay, but I'm looking at when they look at the final factor, I got to go take Belichick's guff, the tyrant coach, and I have to try to play with a defense that can't be nearly as good as it was last year. I can't see it unless Belichick does have some mastermind plan in place. And on the offense, it was the worst supporting cast Brady has ever had. Cam is now going to inherit it, although it looks like Belichick may want to go with the guy he calls Stid. It might be Jared Stidham, who's never started an NFL game, in place of the GOAT. On an offense, did they add anybody on offense that raised your eyebrow?
No.
Did they reload on offense? No, they didn't. So I'm looking at I know Fox Bet still has New England barely favored to win the division. I can't see it. I don't know how they're going to be better than Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo wasn't a fluke last year.
Skip, all those things, they're very compelling points, but I don't really want to look any further than a guy's individual situation says, okay, what is in the best interest? Because at the end of the day, Skip, everybody says they do this for the family. Tom says, I'm doing this for my family, you know, my mom, my dad. And so the thing is that you have an infant child or you have someone that's at a risk level in your home. Okay. You have to really make a tough decision.
Well, let's look at Cam Newton. He's got, I'm not sure how many, does he have 2 kids, I think?
Cam is father 7.
What's that?
7.
Is it up to 7?
Yeah.
I thought he had 2 recently.
Yeah, no, he got like 4. He got
all right,
young kids.
Okay, so is his family going to be at risk because he's going to plunge into this full speed ahead?
Well, I don't want to divulge Cam's situation, but, you know, Cam is going to have to make a decision that's in the best interest of Cam Newton because there are other guys, you know, Cousins have kids. There are a lot of quarterbacks. There are a lot of, you know,